Hey everybody, this is going to be another entry into Spotlight Sunday where I highlight cases of the missing, lost, and endangered, particularly those of African American women. This case is going to be on LeShay Dungey. I apologize ahead of time. There was very little information on LeShay's case, and it has not been profiled on the charlieproject.org as of yet. There is certain criteria for it to be profiled, so I do understand probably why she has not been profiled, but I was able to piece together some information from a couple of news sources and from a Facebook page highlighting missing persons. LeShay went missing from North Columbus in 2018. Columbus police have shared that 21-year-old LeShay Dungey disappeared from North Columbus January 24th, 2018. It was at that point when she got off a COTA bus at 11th Avenue and 4th Street near OSU's campus and began walking to a friend's house. For some reason, she never made it. Columbus police missing persons say that LeShay had been messaging her friend, making him aware of her location as she got closer to his house at Summit and 18th Avenue. She messaged him at 8:25 p.m. that night that she was walking from the bus and asked him to unlock the door. That was the last time anyone heard from her. Monday, Columbus police and her family made an urgent plea for information to help bring LeShay home. "Shay, we need you, we love you, we miss you," said her father, Dwayne Dungey. "I don't care what you're going through, just come back. Call, anything. Let me know you're all right." "I want to bring her home for her family," said Columbus Police Detective Jason Brammer. "Her family has been going through a lot of hell over this, and it isn't like I have a break in this case right now. I have nothing else besides hope from the community to come out. But if they know something, if you have any little piece of information, at this point, I'm going to ask you to come forward. Anyone with any information on LeShay Dungey's whereabouts is asked to call Columbus Police Detective Jason Brammer at jbrammer@columbuspolice.org or please call 614-645-4280. You can also make an anonymous tip through Crime Stoppers at 614-461-8477. Again, like I said, there is very little information concerning the disappearance of LeShay. I do wonder a couple of things. Number one, how far was the bus stop from her friend's house? What route would she have taken? Was there anyone that saw her after she got off the bus? Actually, was there anyone that saw her on the bus? I know that they reported that she was on the bus, and that was what she said via text message. But did anyone actually identify her and say that they saw her on the bus and saw her exiting? Furthermore, how far away was the bus stop from her friend's house? How long would it normally have taken for her to arrive? Had she ever been to the friend's house? It would seem that she had, since she texted him to unlock the door. That would suggest that that's a pretty comfortable relationship. If I'm texting someone to open up the door and so that I can let myself in, then generally speaking, I would feel like that indicates that I have been to the house before. I'm well acquainted with who's in the house, etc., etc. Like if somebody texted me ahead of time and had never been here, I would have considerations for my dog when I had her, that anybody coming in the door would startle her and she would be unfamiliar. So that would not necessarily in my mind be a thing. I don't think that, someone that hadn't been accustomed to letting themselves in my house would feel comfortable with doing so. Beyond that, I do, have a little question about her father's statement. I'm not in the statement of itself, but it kind of makes me wonder: was LeShay going through something at the time that she disappeared, just based upon her father's response? Whatever you're going through, etc., etc. That would seem to indicate that perhaps there was some, earlier issue or some earlier, not necessarily warning, but maybe some red flags that was going on with LeShay prior to her disappearing for her father to suggest, because to me saying, whatever you're going through or whatever is happening would suggest that she voluntarily disappeared and did not, do so involuntarily. I don't know. Perhaps I'm reading a little bit more into that statement, but that's the way that my mind would work if, someone suggested, oh, whatever you're going through, we can work through it, just come back. That speaks to a very voluntary type of disappearance as opposed to, something nefarious happening to her. No matter the case, there is a young woman who was 21 at the time of her disappearance that has been missing. It will be 2 years in January. And so, this family definitely deserves to have some closure, definitely deserves to know what happened to LeShay. I wonder if they ever interviewed the person that she was going to go see. What type of relationship did they have? What type of interaction did they have? Were they able to ping her cell phone? Did it have a last known, area or radius? Since she was on her phone texting, one of the articles said that she was last known to be at her place of employment. I wonder how far away was her place of employment from this person's home. Did anyone else know that she was going over this person's house? How long was the intended stay? Because clearly, if she took the bus over to the house, it would be more than likely that she would have to take the bus back. And so, was that even a consideration, going at 8 o'clock at night? It was getting rather late at the time anyway. What time was she expected back home? And when was she actually reported missing? How long was it before they even noticed that she hadn't returned home within an acceptable or predetermined amount of time? I don't know. There's just a lot of unknown variables with this. Despite all of that, there is still, like I said, a young woman that has been missing from her family for almost 2 years. And no matter what happened or no matter what the circumstances are, LeShay's family deserves to have closure and they deserve to have peace. And so because of that, it is time to bring LeShay home. If you have any information, please contact Crime Stoppers at 641-461-TIPS or 641-461-8477, or please contact the Columbus Police Department at the number that I will leave below. Thank you. Y'all be blessed.